All right. Welcome, everyone. So today we will be discussing lifestyle supporting brain health. All right. So the good news is there are many things that can be done to improve cognitive reserve. So what is cognitive reserve? It is a protective mechanism that can prevent cognitive decline as we age. There are many neural pathways in the brain. Adopting habits that increase the number of pathways and improve the efficiency. There are many neural pathways in the brain. Adopting habits that increase the number of pathways and improve the efficiency that will protect the brain function and prevent decline. Just as there are habits that can improve the efficiency of pathways, there are also behaviors and conditions that can reduce the number of pathways or the efficiency of those pathways. Maintaining cognitive reserve will provide extra pathways that will improve cognitive decline and maintain brain function even when some pathways are not working properly. Think of cognitive reserve like depositing money in a savings account for a rainy day. Keeping the neural pathways strong and efficient so they will be able to work harder if needed. How can we adopt a lifestyle that helps us build cognitive reserve? So let's take a quiz to find out. True or false? Memory loss is a normal part of aging. What do you all think the answer is? All right. It's actually false. Memory loss is not a normal part of aging. Many people believe that memory loss is inevitable as you age. In fact, research actually shows that people believe this demonstrates a 32% more decrease in memory than those that do not believe it is a normal part of the aging process. Changing the mindset and believing that memory can be maintained as you age reduces the risk of experiencing memory loss. All right, next question. True or false? Exercising will increase the size of the brain. What do we think it is? All right, this one's true. Research has shown that exercise will increase the size of the brain, which will improve cognitive efficiency and reduce the risk of cognitive decline. A bigger brain means there are more pathways. These two pictures here show the electrical brain activity of students taking a test. The students on the left sat quietly before taking the test, and the students on the right took a 20-minute walk before taking the test. You can see that the students who exercise before the test actually have more brain activity. Exercise increases the release of a neurotransmitter called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. BDNF is a protein that is thought of as a miracle-grow for the brain. Studies have shown an increase in the size of the hippocampus, which is the memory center after exercise. Exercise also improves neuroplasticity, is the creation of new neurons or pathways in the brain. This allows for more efficient cognitive function. So we will be getting into the 5 types of exercise for successful aging. There are 5 components, and engaging in all 5 of them will help maintain a healthy and active lifestyle. They include energy, or cardiovascular exercise, strength, balance, flexibility in mind, or cognitive training. So this first one here is energy, or cardiovascular training. It strengthens the heart and the cardiovascular system. Strength It improves the muscle strength and endurance to perform daily activities and maintain balance. Balance training improves confidence with movement and actually reduces the risk of falling. Flexibility. Training or stretching reduces muscular tension and allows for efficient movement. And mind. Exercises that challenge your mind will improve your memory and other cognitive functions. While exercise in general stimulates the growth of the brain, energy and mind exercises have the most impact on cognitive function. Energy or aerobic exercise increases the blood flow, which provides more oxygen to the brain, improving the ability to think more clearly. Mind exercises provide cognitive challenges that focus on improving the speed of processing, problem solving, memory, and other cognitive functions. Specific exercise guidelines to improve cognitive function have not been determined, but most studies offer recommendations in terms of the type of exercise, how long you need to exercise, and how often you should exercise, and the intensity of the exercise to improve the cognitive function. Most studies show improvements in cognitive function with cardiovascular exercise, as well as resistance training, with great improvements noticed when cardiovascular exercise is combined with resistance training. And greater results are noted with exercise that is performed 5 to 7 times per week. Exercise intensity does not seem to have an impact on cognitive performance. Improvements were seen with high, moderate, or low exercise. The most important thing is to exercise at a level that is good for you. In terms of how long to exercise, the greatest results are seen with exercise that lasts between 30 and 40 minutes. Studies have shown that balance training improves cognitive function when balance training is performed at least 2 times a week. Mind exercise refers to a dual task that challenges you to do 2 things at the same time. Perform a movement skill, such as walking, while performing a cognitive task, such as reciting the alphabet backwards. Improvements in cognitive function were observed with performing dual task training 1 time per week. So, are you ready to try this? Not this one. Okay. So let's do a quick example of dual task training. You can either stand or stay seated, but we are going to march in place for about 20 seconds. So we're going to do that one first. So I'll let you, those of you that are able to stand, great. If not, that's okay to stay seated. All right, so I'll start my timer for 20 seconds, and you don't have to bring, the high knees up, just a gentle march in place for 20 seconds. Ready? And begin. It's a long 20 seconds, I know. It does, especially when you watch it too. All right, you may stop. Now, we are going to march one more time, but this time while you're marching, I want you to count backwards out loud by 3s. So we'll start from 100, count backwards by 3s. All right, ready? I'm not, but we're ready. And begin. Almost there. Good. You may stop and be seated. Now, did you notice that it was more challenging to march in place and count backwards at the same time? That is true, yes. You were all at different areas, so yes, that is. So that is actually dual tasking. So making your brain work and think harder as you're physically moving and doing something, okay? All right, next question. True or false? Hearing loss increases the likelihood of cognitive decline. All right, let's see. This is true. Hearing loss increases the likelihood of experiencing cognitive decline. If the brain is working hard to understand what people are saying or trying to decipher other sounds, or other areas of the brain may not be working efficiently. The brain is like a muscle, and when it is overworked, it does not work properly. Also, people experiencing hearing loss often limit their conversations with others, possibly reduce the time that they listen to the news or other forms of intellectual engagement. With the brain being like a muscle, if it is not used, it deteriorates. That's right, use it or lose it. Having your hearing checked and using recommended hearing devices will reduce the risk of hearing loss and limit the effect it has on your brain. Next question. True or false? High blood pressure may affect the heart, but does not affect the brain. All right. So let's decide as a group what you think. Raise your hand if you think this is true. And raise your hand if you think this is false. All right. The answer is false. Several research studies have shown that high blood pressure can potentially cause damage to the brain, which may result in a cognitive decline. It is important to adopt habits that will decrease blood pressure, such as exercise, proper eating habits, stress reduction, and relaxation techniques, and to follow your doctor's advice for managing your blood pressure. All right, next question. True or false? We need less sleep as we get older. False? That's where we're going? Okay, that's right. Studies have shown that sleeping less than 6 hours a night is associated with declines in memory, and it increases the formation of plaques associated with Alzheimer's disease. Sleeping more than 9 hours a night has been associated with a decrease in problem-solving abilities. It is recommended that older adults aim to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. I don't know if they meant it was consistent or inconsistent, but as long as you get the 7 to 9 hours. So sleeping habits are referred to sleep hygiene. Good sleep hygiene will improve the ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. There are some practices that can improve your sleep hygiene. Maintaining a regular sleep schedule, plan to wake up and go to sleep around the same time every day, and try avoid napping. That's a tough one. Take time to relax before going to sleep by listening to relaxing music, reading a book, and if not a real book, maybe on your Kindle or even an audiobook, or anything else that will calm your mind. Avoid using screens in bed, such as watching TV or using your phone or tablet. The light from the screens stimulates parts of the brain that will keep us awake and make it difficult to fall asleep. Deep breathing practices and focusing on positive thoughts will help your mind relax and your body relax so that you are able to fall asleep. Quiz time. True or false? Eating habits can affect brain function. All right. This is indeed true. Eating habits can affect cognitive function, and it is recommended to fuel your brain with healthy foods such as leafy greens and vegetables, berries, and healthy fats such as monounsaturated or polyunsaturated fats such as nuts, like walnuts and almonds. So, should you only drink water when you are thirsty? Right, false. The brain is composed of 75% of water, so water is necessary for effective cognitive function. Dehydration or low fluid intake can affect your short-term memory, your ability to pay attention, executive functioning, and language skills. Another concern is that the sense of thirst becomes diminished as you age, and often people will not be alerted of the needs for fluids. It is recommended that older adults try to drink 8 ounces of water a day. Right. Have a chair right there set up outside of it. So often we limit the amount we drink because we are worried about having to drink more, that we will have to take more trips to go to the bathroom. Maybe you're concerned that you are not going to make it in time, or maybe you think it may take too much effort to get up and move quickly because of knee, hip, or back pain. Or maybe you think getting up during a movie or other programs will be embarrassing or rude. If you have any of these concerns, consider talking to the rehab team about a pelvic health assessment. They may be able to offer easy solutions to your concerns. All right, true or false? To keep your brain healthy, you should avoid drinking all types of alcohol. This can be a tricky one, so what do we think, true or false? All right. It's correct, false. Studies suggest that moderate consumption of alcohol may be beneficial for the brain. Heavy drinking of 4 or more units of alcohol a day may decrease the size of the hippocampus, which is the memory center of the brain. 1 unit of alcohol represents the amount of alcohol the average person can break down in 1 hour. Adults should limit their alcohol consumption to 14 units per week to avoid alcohol increasing the risk of cognitive decline. Pictures are a little small, but here is what 1 unit of different kinds of alcohol looks like. To prevent cognitive decline, we should not drink more than 4 units per day and no more than 14 units per week. For a day, this would be 1 bottle of beer or 1 glass of wine a day, each day, all week. A small glass of wine has 2 units. A 12-ounce bottle of beer has 2 units, and 1 unit of whiskey is about a small shot, so we should have no more than 2 per day or 14 of those a week. All right. Going to parties, having dinner with friends, even talking to other people will help protect my brain. Is this true or false? All right. This is very true. Research has shown a strong link between social engagement and cognitive function. People that engage in social interactions or have larger social network show better cognitive function than those that are not socially engaged. The research is inclusive as to why social interactions influence brain function, but it does show improvements in people that report engaging with others on a regular basis. Social interactions can take many forms, such as attending a party or event, having dinner with friends, or even just one other person, or going to group exercise, or even a discussion group. All right. Do we think that doing crossword puzzles will help build cognitive reserve? This is a good one. It's false. Doing crossword puzzles does engage the brain, but improving cognitive reserve requires challenging the 8 core cognitive capacities. Those capacities include speed of processing or processing information quickly, working memory, dual task attention or doing more than one thing at a time, cognitive flexibility, which is the ability to change how you were thinking, response inhibition, which is the inability to focus and limit your responses to distractions. Topographical orientation is the ability to remember how to get from point A to point B. Category formation is the ability to organize information, and pattern recognition, which is the ability to match information with a memory. Crossword puzzles may involve some of the core cognitive capacities, but participating in other more challenging novel brain activities is recommended to improve your cognitive reserve. The idea is that your brain needs to be working harder to learn something new. Learn a new language, exercise while trying to count backwards, take a different road to a destination, or go to a different store. So, which habits are you willing to adopt to support your brain health? Participate in a regular exercise program, managing your blood pressure and limitations with hearing, practice good sleep hygiene, limit alcohol intake, find opportunities for social engagement, adopt healthy eating practices and drinking water, and finding new challenges for your brain. So this is our positive affirmation. We like to end sessions with positive thoughts. Studies show that our brain responds best to positive thoughts and emotions. Our positive affirmation for today is, I will make choices that will make me healthier today than I was yesterday and healthier tomorrow than I am today. So let's repeat that out loud together. I will make choices that will make me healthier today than I was yesterday and healthier tomorrow than I am today. Very good. Now, no more quiz questions here, but do you have any questions for me that I could possibly answer or direct? Yes. What kind of puzzles would I suggest? Well, you also have to consider your level of education as well. If you are a more analytical type brain, so you like numbers aren't going to really challenge you that much. I would try something that you wouldn't try that would make you have to think harder, think longer. If your brain is tired from thinking, then you are exercising your brain. But you should also know when to limit that because you don't want to overexhaust yourself. But what I could recommend is in pointing you in the direction of which specific puzzles or activities to do is with our speech therapist. She can help guide you in the direction of which ones would be more challenging and appropriate for you to do that could increase your cognitive reserve. Yes, Joe.
Drinking coffee is considered water also? I have a habit of drinking 5 or 6 cups of regular a day.
Well, sometimes it's needed to stay awake, and that's perfectly fine. Just make sure that with every cup of coffee you drink, add a cup of water, and it balances out. It should balance out. Or maybe even try just adding a half a cup after that cup of coffee. There you go. Yes, ma'am.
Warm lemon water in the morning.
I actually have not, I've heard of it, but for many other various reasons too, so I don't know the research behind it. Yeah. Some people prefer warmer water when it's cooler outside or if they have to get up early in the morning. Not hot water, but just kind of in between lukewarm and hot, that spot right there. And it actually gives your body a more liking to it, so you're more actually likely to drink more of it that way.
Well, it's younger people that I know who do this.
Yeah. I've heard of all various different reasons for it. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Area of sleeping. Okay. Speaking of the area of sleeping, I recall that my grandmother drank a cup of hot water. Actually, it was boiling water almost to me as a young child. But I often wondered, does that relax the body in some way and therefore aid in maybe getting to sleep?
It could, but from a pelvic health standpoint, at a certain time during the night when you're getting ready to go to bed and you have your nighttime routine, you want to limit that intake because you are more likely to have to get up more during the night, which will interrupt that sleep you're supposed to get. So I think that warm water, I mean, it can have many positive things. I think if you like it enough, then you're more inclined to drink more of it. But drinking it at night actually might interrupt that sleep that you're actually trying to get. Yes, sir.
Just a thought here. Benjamin Franklin used to count backwards from 50 to 1 when he was having trouble going to sleep. If you haven't tried it, try it sometime.
I haven't tried that, but counting sheep does not work, so I might have to. Count backwards. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, Sherry will be right here by the doorway on your way out. This is our director of rehab. She will hand you a handout to take home. You have a question? Oh, sorry. And if you have any other questions that you can think of or think of later, yes, ma'am?
Will this be available on the TV?
Yes, it is being recorded so you can go back and watch. So if you have any questions that come up later, please feel free to reach out to us in the rehab department. We're always here to help. And thank y'all for coming.